WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton, WYCK, Plains.
Powered by Mohegan Sun Pocono.
The River, 105 and 103.5.
This is Music on the Menu on the River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like the stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you as I always am. Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock. Bringing you regional artists from northeastern Pennsylvania doing their own original music. Hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., how are you, man?
Yeah, good.
He's over there. He's off mic a little bit tonight, so if he sounds a little echoey, because DC is kind enough to share his mic in the studio with Gary Flanagan, who is here tonight with Jeanna Zano. And they are here to talk about their brand new record, Eclectic Crush, which they just released about 2 months ago. Came out
That's right.
middle of the summer. And, you know, we're just so glad to have you here. Obviously, Jeannie, we've been playing your music here on the show for about 15 years now, since you released your last album. And I know that you and Gary have formed a successful duo, and you've been performing all throughout the region for 8 or 9 years now. We were just talking about it off the air.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, I guess when it was time for you to, record another album, working with Gary as a partner seemed like the natural way to go, right?
Right. We seemed to hit it off pretty good, and our harmonies were right on. So we thought maybe we should start writing some songs together.
You really do sing beautifully together.
Thank you.
So, people that have seen your shows, seen live streams that you've done, live from homes, out in the clubs, videos that you've posted. I think so many people are familiar with that element of what you guys do together, but making a record's a whole other ball game, So
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that. When did you decide that this is something that you wanted to do?
Well, originally it started as it was going to be Jeannie's second album, and that was probably, I think I had just joined her band, and so she was talking about wanting to do a second album, and after a while I just kind of said, are you looking for songs? And sent her a couple songs and found out that we both wrote. And then it kind of progressed from there. Once we got into the studio, a lot of the songs we ended up writing together, and then just the way we went about doing the production and the arrangements and everything was definitely a team effort.
You worked with Joe Loftus at JL Studios.
Yes.
That's where you did this record,
Yes.
right? But that songwriting part, being in a band together in performing, cover songs in the clubs and that's where I think you probably found out you had this musical chemistry where you sang so beautifully together. But when you sat down and you said you sent Jeannie some songs that you had written and she collaborated with you on it, did you find that same? Obviously you did, because you did a record.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a redundant question, but what was it that you felt that made you say, "Oh yeah, we got something here"? Tell us a story about that time where you really said, "Oh, we have to do a record together."
I don't know if I think it kind of progressed. I think the very first song that we did write together was actually a Christmas song. And it just oddly...
we played that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just oddly enough happened that she had the title, and for some reason I started working on some lyrics, and she did a chorus, and it just worked right off the bat because we had both written our parts in the same key without even consulting each other, and kind of thought that was a sign there.
That was the impetus.
Yeah.
So
and then,
the Christmas song was the first, and we play that every year on our annual holiday show for a couple of years now.
Mistletoe margaritas.
Mistletoe margaritas. Yeah, that'll be on the playlist again. Sunday before Christmas, everybody. You can count on it. Let's get to the record. Let's play a track from it right now. Again, this is from the record Eclectic Crush. This one's called No Restraint.
inside those eyes when time stood still and the world just almost passed us by. Back to midnight and the taste of that first kiss. Back to midnight, there's no feeling quite like this. Pull you close, hold you tight, make my whole world feel so right. Oh, take me back to midnight. I catch my breath and reminisce, wrapped tight in that memory. I can still feel my heart twist. Under the moonlight, our shadows entwined, as every heartbeat keeps replaying in my mind. Back to midnight and the taste of that first kiss. Back to midnight, there's no feeling quite like this. Pull you close, hold you tight, make my whole world feel so right. Oh, take me back to a heartbeat so strong, embrace so long, soft lips caressed, finally confessed. Back to midnight and the taste of that first kiss. Back to midnight, there's no feeling quite like this. Pull you close, hold you tight, make my whole world feel so right. Oh, take me back to midnight. I can't sleep, but I don't care.
Gary Flanagan and Jeannie Zano here on Music on the Menu with a song called Back to Midnight. And before that, Gary and Jeannie doing another new track called No Restraint. We're here talking about their brand new record. It just dropped recently, midsummer. And, you know, we're having them in here for the whole hour to talk about the album and play a whole bunch of tracks from that record. If we have time, we might play the whole thing. So we'll see how it goes here. Guys, I mean, so you talked about that initial spark, and obviously you were a duo together. Gary was playing in Jeannie's band. She expressed an interest in doing a second solo album. And the more you got working on it, the more you realized it was going to be a collaborative effort. You had songs, Jeannie had songs, everything was meshing. Lyrically, and I always love to ask anybody that writes songs this question: what is it that you found to be your muse? You know, what inspires you to write? I mean, I've had artists tell me that I usually write about my own experiences. I have had artists tell me I never write about my own experiences. I write in the third person. I've had artists tell me they do both. You know, what is it for you, each of you individually, that inspires you to write songs?
Well, for me, I think it's definitely the experiences that I've had, and it's just a good release.
Yeah.
So if you can't, you know, kind of deal with it emotionally, it's good to just get it out on paper and just start writing about it, and it just kind of all flows from there. So I like to do, write about my experiences.
Yeah, I mean, some of your songs, they sound like they're coming from a personal touch, and I've had so many musicians and songwriters tell us over the years that it's cathartic to do that. You know, that is the release. This is how I get it. This is how I get it out.
Right.
So
right.
That's the case with you.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Gary?
For me, I'd say it's probably both. I think there's probably a little bit of something personal in everything that I write, but sometimes the idea might come from just something I see or a phrase or something going on, and it's more my thoughts on it. And it might be. I also like doing like a story kind of song sometimes. So I think it depends on the song. Really which direction I come at it, I guess.
I mean, it's interesting because I've heard, like I said, I've heard some artists say, like, I could never write a story like a story song. Like, I don't have that in me. You know, I'm going to write about, you know, what happened that I've experienced. You know, I think what's interesting about country music, pop music, rock music is that people like them all. You know, I mean, the Beatles wrote Rocky Raccoon, and it's really probably their only third-person song in their whole catalog that's like that. But people like it. And so, you know, I always love to talk to songwriters about that aspect of where did they come from? Sounds like you got them coming from a lot of places. Let's play another one from the record. This one's called This Time.
It was years in the making. I should have seen it long ago. All the signs there beneath the man. Perhaps in hindsight, I just didn't want to know. Left with a little fanfare, just a nod upon a mirror. Never want for words, just said I'm no longer here. I figured on no space and time, but you put an end to that. This time, there's no turning back. When we first met, you found me charming, and I was captured by your smile. There was magic in the moment, but let's face it, magic only lasts a little while. Years of tired promises, have you finally had your fill? Are you running for a long lost dream? You might almost steal. I fled for the dramatic. Seems you've always had that knack, but this time there's no turning back. There's no turning back. No more one last chance. No more, baby, we can work it out. You gave up on our love. You threw away the past. But this time, there's no turning back. Left with a little fanfare, just a nod upon a mirror. Never want for words, just I'm no longer here. I figured on no space and time, but you put an end to that. This time, there's no turning back. But this time, there's just no turning back. supposed to do to get over you? I thought by now you'd be a part of my past. The memories linger on. I wish I could be strong. I just can't let go. I can't live like this much longer. It's tearing my heart in two. We can't go on, can't go on, can't go back, can't go back. But our love still grows stronger. You say you wanna leave, and your heart belongs to me. So who we trying to fool? We wanna be together. I'm holding on to a love I know is wrong, but I know you want it too. I can't let go, I need you so. I just can't let go. You need me. You need me. I want you. I want you. So touch me. Touch me. We'll We're holding on to a love they say is wrong, but we know it's true. We can't let go. We need each other so. Give in and do what your heart tells you to. We're holding on. We're holding
Jeannie Zano and Gary Flanagan here on Music on the Menu with a song called Holding On. Before that, Jeannie and Gary with another new track called This Time. We're hanging out for the whole hour talking about the brand new record, Eclectic Crush, playing tracks from the record and talking about what was the inspiration behind it. Now, Jeannie, every time that we play you on the show on a Sunday night, and I think I even talked about it with DC, because I think we played last Sunday. We played it just coincidentally, and we had one of your tracks in the playlist last Sunday. I almost feel like I almost always say longtime singer for Flexi Morgan, and then it occurred to me that's a long time ago, and so do you still identify yourself with that at all, or is it so long ago that you don't? That's how I know you.
Good question.
That's how a lot of people probably do know. It's a two-part question. That's part one.
Okay.
I mean, you have a good relationship, but then you get up and jam with them like at some point over just the last couple of years at one of their shows, do a song somewhere?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So, do you still,
I don't think I do, but I think people do.
Okay. Fair enough.
People used to think my name was Flaxy, and I'm like, no, that's not my name.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't myself kind of identify with it anymore. It's more so, once I left there and I had my own band.
Yeah, sure.
So I think it kind of evolved from Flaxy. Hey, that's Flaxy to, Jeannie Zano. So, which is good, because then, Jeannie's on a band plus, the duo.
Sure. I guess the reason I asked the question is because, you've got a whole younger generation now, people that might listen to this show, hopefully, and they don't remember that at all. And yet you have a lot of people that do remember you from that time, because I can't hear Stevie Nicks and not think of you, doing Edge of 17 or something like that, because you nail it so much. But let's go back to that time. So you did make a switch. You were, vocalist in a very popular classic rock band. And at some point around 15 years ago, you decided to leave that group and put together the country band. What was it that was happening with music at that time that made you decide to make that switch?
I think I just wanted something new. Country, I'm trying to remember if country music was I guess it was booming at that time. But
it started really in the late 90s, really, with Shania and Faith Hill and everybody just really exploding.
And I think when we started doing those kind of songs like Shania and and I always loved country music, so it made sense for me to go that route.
When you were playing some of them with Flaxie, those songs were really connecting with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of thought that might be what led to the shifting gears, but I never really asked you about it. So I thought this was a good opportunity to do it. Let's play another one from the new record. This one's called Finding My Way Back to You.
When I look at my life, there have been times when I betrayed your love. I find myself down a road less taken, drifting away. Each time I stumble and I fall, you're rescuing me. Each step that falls off time is matched by your forgiveness. Why do you keep believing in someone like me? How do you keep believing? What do you see? Through the darkness, I'll keep trying, finding a way back to you.
Zano and Gary Flanagan here on Music on the Menu with a song called Long Hard Drive. Before that, a song called Lay Me Down. And before that, Finding My Way Back to You. All new tracks from Gary and Jeannie's from the brand new record, Eclectic Crush. Now, we talked at the top of the show, Gary, you talked about doing this at JL Studios. We've gotten so many great records from that studio over the years, going back a long time now. I love what Joe does there. I love the sound that he gets. Can you talk a little bit about what it was like recording there? I know you said you did the Christmas song there, so that was kind of maybe feeling it out.
Yeah.
Seeing if you liked it.
Yeah. I love working up there. I mean, I just love Joe and Jay. Preston is also up there too. And they, I think they just do a great job of letting you be yourself and, you know, getting the best out of you know, what you bring in. They also had, you know, they had great ideas. And then the more comfortable we got as we were there, then, you know, we definitely had ideas on the arrangements and what we wanted to do and how the song should sound. And anytime, you know, we had a suggestion or had an idea, Joe was like, yeah, we could do that. So it's just very, very comfortable.
Did you book out like a 2 or 3 week period and say we're going to do a record, or did you go in little bits and pieces, do a song or two, and then come back a bit later? I mean, I know artists do it both ways. How did you go about it?
It was pretty much piecemeal. We would go up. Mostly, we'd go up like on a weeknight after work. We'd work. We'd either have a specific song we were going to work on, or we'd get up there and if somebody's going to come up and work on something with us and they didn't show, then we would end up, you know, having to come up with stuff on our own, which was really, I think, really made it even more comfortable. And then we got really comfortable doing that. So yeah, it took us quite a while to finish it, I think, you know, because we would just go up on a weeknight and we'd go maybe once or twice a month. So it was probably a couple of years in the making, the whole CD. But
well, I mean, it really has a cohesive feel to it, and it's, you know, it's a terrific record. Let's play another one from the record now. This one's called "You're Not Alone."
Trust in me through all you feel. Wanna hear Try to read between the lines to ever care this much. Can't remember when I did to glance too long. Find the warmth within a smile, share the magic in a song. And I know it's not right, so I keep my heart out of sight. So I bottle up my feelings, let my true intentions hide. So you can't tell I'm dying inside. Is there a flicker in your eye? Am I misreading? When you stand too close to me, is that your heart that I feel beating? Do you dream at night the way that I do? Does your whole world stop to spin? Tell me that you feel it too. And it's wrong, I know, but you can't help who you love and who you don't. So I watch your way to listen, try to take it all in stride, even though I'm dying inside. When will that moment be? I turn to you and you to me. Will you feel the same? Will you break my heart? Will you pull me close or tear me dying inside? I can no longer hide. I wanna kiss your lips, hold you tight. I guess this just ain't my night, so I keep dying inside.
Well, Johnny had an extra buck, so he thought he'd try his luck. Bought a ticket for the lottery, stuffed the numbers in his shirt, went back to digging dirt, said you gotta work if you wanna eat. Then later on that night, Johnny's faith was like a light as he watched those numbers falling his way. I guess things are gonna change now that Johnny hit the big payday. Well, he got himself a suit, a brand new pair of boots, bought a truck and a house on the hill. Quit his job to stay at home. He can watch his money grow, enjoy a little of his prosperity. Just as rain is sure to fall, or the low lights come to call, trying to
Jeannie Zano and Gary Flanagan here on Music on the Menu with a song called Johnny Hit the Big Payday. Before that, Jeannie and Gary with a song called Dying Inside. And before that, another one from the new record called You're Not Alone. We've been hanging out with Jeannie and Gary for the whole hour here talking about their new record, Eclectic Crush. There's a track here that we're going to sign off with, Jeannie, that I think was on your last album.
Yes.
I believe we've played this on the show before in the past, and it's a very personal song. You want to tell us a little bit about the song 8 Years of Life, because I know it's really important to you.
Sure. I wrote this song, long time ago. I was 6 years old when my sister died, and she was 8. I don't remember a lot of it. So, like we were talking about experiences, and it's a good release for me to just to have written about it, and to now I just wanted to do a remake of it, because when I initially recorded on my other Here I Am CD, it was just the producer was really driving it, mm-hmm. and it was very, very country sounding. And I don't know, the one time we were sitting and Gary was like playing acoustic, and I love the acoustic guitar, and I just loved the way it sounded. And I said, I think I want to re-record it.
Maybe get some of the emotion back into it that you thought was lost the first time.
Right. So
I know it's a long time ago, but I can't imagine what that's like for a family. So our condolences to you and your family. I mean, it's a beautiful way to remember Kathy, your sister. And we'll close the show with that song. But before we do that, Gary, where can people get the new album? Usual platforms, you were saying? Yeah.
It's on iTunes, Amazon, all the streaming services. So it's out there.
Okay. So if you want to buy this record that you heard the whole record tonight, you know where to find it. We wish you all the best. Thank you for coming in, sharing your music with us, and congratulations on recording and releasing a really wonderful album. We'll keep playing it. We're going to sign off, as we said, with a real poignant track from the record from Jeannie Zano and Gary Flanagan. This was called 8 Years of Life. We'll catch you next week.
To see you today, a heart-shaped stone engraved with your name. The years not alive, taken too young. 1963 to 71. Just 6 years old when you went away. I miss you so much, I wish I could say. I remember those days, I remember the way we played. But the truth is, I don't remember a trace. If he hadn't taken you away, you stay in our hearts and our minds. You lightened our lives with your innocent smile. I look to the sky and I wonder so soon. 8 years of life, 8 years of life, 8 years of life. You're not by our side. 8 years of life.
wish I remembered her laugh, remembered her voice, her favorite show, her favorite